Have you ever wondered how the Panama Canal was built? It all began with a vision. Picture this: the late 19th century, a world rapidly expanding, trade routes stretching across the globe. But there was a problem. The long journey around the southern tip of South America was a significant hurdle to efficient global trade. The solution? A canal connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans right through the heart of Panama. The French, fresh off their successful completion of the Suez Canal, stepped up to the challenge. Under the leadership of Ferdinand de Lesseps, the French planned to carve a sea-level canal across the tropical isthmus. They envisioned a shorter, more efficient route that would revolutionize global trade and travel. But this wasn't just about economics. The Panama Canal was a symbol of human triumph over nature, an embodiment of the idea that mankind could shape the world to its will. The project was a testament to the spirit of adventure, ambition, and innovation that characterized the age of exploration. Yet, as grand as this vision was, the reality proved to be even more challenging. The dense jungle, the sweltering heat, and the deadly diseases were just the start. The project was plagued by financial woes, engineering difficulties, and a mounting death toll. The dream of a sea-level canal through Panama was slipping away. But despite their best efforts, the French project was riddled with problems, leading to its eventual abandonment. The dream of the canal wasn't lost, however. The United States took over the project in 1904. With the transition of control, the Americans inherited an array of daunting challenges. The project was plagued by rampant diseases like yellow fever and malaria, which had claimed tens of thousands of lives under the previous French management. The terrain was another beast, with its stubborn mountains and swamps where the machinery would sink, but the Americans were undeterred. They knew that the key to success lay in overcoming these challenges, and so they rolled up their sleeves and got to work. To tackle the health crisis, the United States government appointed Colonel William Crawford Gorgas as Chief Sanitary Officer. Gorgas implemented rigorous sanitation programs, including the draining of swamps and the use of insecticides to kill mosquitoes. The battle was tough, but with time, the tide turned. The death rate dropped significantly, and the workforce grew healthier and stronger. The Americans then turned their attention to the treacherous terrain. They brought in a formidable fleet of steam shovels, dredges, and locomotives, and deployed a massive workforce. Together, they carved through the obstinate mountains and converted the swamps into solid ground. But the Americans didn't stop at that. They introduced a new strategy that revolutionized the project. Instead of a sea-level canal as initially planned, they decided to create a lock-based canal. This new design meant that ships would be raised and lowered through the canal using a system of locks, a solution that was both practical and ingenious. This new approach required the construction of the world's largest dam and reservoir at Gatun, a feat that was nothing short of an engineering marvel. The dam created a massive artificial lake which provided the necessary water to operate the locks. With these new strategies in place, the progress on the canal rapidly accelerated. The Americans had not only taken over the project, but they had also redefined it. They had turned the impossible into the possible. They had taken a dream and were turning it into a reality. The construction of the Panama Canal was an engineering feat like no other. This colossal project was a symphony of innovation, resilience, and sheer human grit. It brought together the brightest minds of the time, who had to wrestle with the capricious forces of nature and the limitations of technology. One of the most ingenious aspects of the canal's creation was the lock system. These locks were like water elevators, designed to lift and lower ships over the rugged landscape of Panama. They were built with immense steel gates, some weighing up to 700 tons, and each lock chamber was large enough to contain the Notre Dame Cathedral. This engineering marvel allowed ships to navigate a 65-foot vertical climb, an obstacle course that would have been impossible to traverse without this groundbreaking innovation. The excavation of the Culebra Cut was another Herculean task. It was a 9-mile-long mountain pass that had to be carved through the Continental Divide. This was a mammoth undertaking in itself, but it was made even more challenging by the frequent landslides that threatened to bury the progress made by the workers. Despite the obstacles, they pushed on, moving enough earth to build a mountain, and eventually creating a passage through the heart of the land. The construction of the Gatun Dam was yet another testament to the engineering prowess of the time. This mammoth dam created the largest man-made lake of its time, Gatun Lake. It was a necessary part of the canal's design as it provided the massive amounts of water needed to operate the locks. The dam was also a crucial component of the canal's flood control system, protecting the precious waterway from the torrential rains of the wet season. These engineering miracles were a testament to human ingenuity and determination. The locks, the Culebra Cut, and the Gatun Dam are enduring symbols of what can be achieved when we dare to dream big and refuse to back down in the face of adversity. After a long and arduous journey, the Panama Canal was finally completed in 1914. This man-made marvel, stretching for over 50 miles, forever changed the face of global trade and navigation. No longer did vessels have to make the perilous journey around Cape Horn at the southernmost tip of South America. The canal provided a shortcut, reducing the travel distance from New York to San Francisco by nearly 8,000 miles. The immediate impact was astronomical. Every year, approximately 17,500 ships pass through the canal, carrying over 280 million tons of cargo. This accounts for an impressive 5% of the world's ocean freight. The canal's dimensions, allowing for vessels up to 320 feet wide and nearly 965 feet long, opened up new possibilities for global shipping. However, the canal's construction was not without its cost. The project spanned 33 years, consumed almost $15 billion in today's equivalent, and claimed tens of thousands of lives. Workers battled against extreme heat, torrential rains, and diseases such as yellow fever and malaria. It was a project that pushed the boundaries of what was considered possible in engineering, and it came at a great human cost. Controversies also surrounded the canal's completion. Issues of worker exploitation, environmental impact, and the displacement of local communities have cast a long shadow over the canal's history. Yet, despite these controversies, the Panama Canal's contribution to global progress cannot be denied. The Panama Canal, this impressive man-made artery, stands as a visible monument to the limitless possibilities of human endeavor. It is a testament to our capacity to reshape the world, to overcome obstacles, and to make the impossible possible. Despite its controversial history, the Panama Canal stands as a testament to human perseverance and ingenuity. Today, the Panama Canal continues to be a vital artery for global trade. As a modern marvel, it serves as a bustling waterway for luxury yachts, cargo ships, and everything in between. Its generous dimensions allow vessels up to 323 feet wide and 964 feet long to traverse from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific, or vice versa. 3 towering bridges span across the canal, offering a unique spectacle for motorists and train passengers alike. Parallel to the canal, a railway and a highway stretch across the entire length, further enhancing the connectivity of this modern marvel. The passage through this canal is not without its price. On average, it costs around $100,000, though it varies based on the size of the vessel. This income from duties contributes a significant 6% to Panama's annual GDP. In terms of records, as of July 1, 2016, the most expensive passage was by a 337-meter container ship, costing a whopping $829,000. On the other end of the spectrum, the cheapest passage was a mere 36 cents, paid by an American who sailed through the locks back in 1928. Today, the Panama Canal is one of the longest and busiest artificial waterways on the planet, a bridge between east and west. Annually, approximately 17,500 ships pass through its structures, carrying over 280 million tons of cargo. This accounts for 5% of the world's ocean freight. With up to 60 ships passing through daily and over 1,000 monthly, the canal has seen over 1 million passages to date. The canal's expansion project, completed in 2016, has further amplified its capacity and impact. The construction of this canal, which lasted a total of 33 years, was indeed a colossal feat. It cost the great world powers almost $15 billion in today's equivalent, and tens of thousands of lives. The canal, with its hundreds of millions of cubic meters of moved soil, the world's largest dam and reservoir, stands as a testament to the sheer determination and audacity of human ambition. From its conception to its completion, the Panama Canal truly is a marvel of the modern world.